Hey, what's up? It's time for more One Piece. This is episodes, I didn't write it down, but it's, off the top of my head, it's 543, 544, and 545, I believe. I think we're just doing 3 episodes in this video, and I think it starts at 543, because 542 was a filler episode, and I didn't know what it was gonna be, and I went onto Netflix, and it wasn't there, and I went, oh, I bet they did another crossover episode, so I went over to Crunchyroll, and checked on there, and yep, it was there. But yeah, it's a Toriko crossover episode again. So I didn't watch it because the first one I remember I watched I kind of lazily watched while doing something else, and I was like, yeah, this is fine, but it's mostly a reference to a show that I don't watch. So I didn't pay much attention to it, and I thought there's no real reason for me to watch part 2 of that. So if you wanted my thoughts on episode 542, I don't have any. I've got no thoughts. Head empty. Nothing. So don't worry about that. But we're jumping into the next 3 episodes. Last video was great. We got a lot of backstory for Fisher Tiger and Queen Otohime. I'm doing all of this without looking at my notes, by the way. This book is closed. But we got backstory for them. We met up with Koala. Well, not we. Fisher Tiger's crew had sort of saved Koala, and she didn't, she was trying to show that she wasn't gonna cry and that everything was good. And then Fisher Tiger told her it's fine to cry and that he's not gonna kill anyone, and it was a beautiful moment, and I loved it. I really, really loved that last episode in the previous video. It was so great. But yeah, we're gonna jump into the next episodes right now, and the good news is, in the last video I would have been sick, and I have been sick for the past few days, and I woke up this morning sick. I've been sick for the past week, and I woke up this morning sick, but now it's the end of the day, and I'm feeling pretty good. I think I may have, mostly... it's mostly all gone. I think there's a tiny bit of a tickle in my throat, so there might be a bit of coughing, but I don't think there's gonna be much. I think I'm cured. This is the first One Piece video back where I'm cured. Oh, it's beautiful. So let's jump into these episodes. Make sure to support the video if you can. I'm a small channel, so your likes, your comments, your subscriptions help me out a lot. Please keep those comments coming. I love this community. I love reading your comments. Make sure to keep them flowing, whether you're part of my YouTube membership or you're just a regular viewer. You can join my YouTube membership down below to get 2 edited videos early, or join my Patreon account if you want to get at the next 20 or so episodes on there in full-length version, the entire reactions, all of it. You can get it for every single episode. You know how much footage that is? There's over 500 episodes, 20 minutes each, full-length versions of me reacting to... That's so much content, genuinely, and you get it for so cheap, so go check that out. Yeah, without further ado, I think we're just ready to jump into these episodes. So this is episode 543 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you're new to this channel, this is a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and the goal is to beat the recap. Normally, I don't have fucking hair in my face! Damn, okay, alright, well, I got that far. It was pretty close, but not quite finished. Nice! She's grown up. Well, mostly she's cleaned up. It's a sad, nervous tick she's got. Aladdin. Damn, ship doctor, did it say? What the fuck is wrong with you, Arlong? Honestly, Fisher Tiger is kind of partly at fault because he didn't just kick Arlong off his crew very early. Like, I wouldn't be standing for this at this point in my crew. Maybe Fisher Tiger really thinks he can change his mind. I'm kind of afraid of the guy who keeps talking about killing me. But this is what I was talking about before in the last video about how it comes from ignorance. Oh, Hachi. Hachi'd be a good dad. Jeez, get her a smaller box to carry. It's probably filled with packing peanuts or something. Jesus! Aww. Hachi is bonding with her a lot. Full Shout Island. Damn, what a name. Hopefully, when Fisher Tiger walks her there, it's not gonna cause trouble. I feel like she should walk there on her own, but you want to make sure she gets there safely. Arlong's not saying goodbye, of course. Douchebag! Aww. Aww. You gotta hold her hand. Yeah, maybe you should fucking try it, Arlong. Now please don't ruin this beautiful moment with racism, please. Aww. Oh. Oh my god, man. Yeah, but look what he did. Seems like the mother doesn't care about Fisher Tiger. I want someone to thank him at least. Oh god. That's so cute. Oh my god. I hope this koala's still alive. Fuck! Right off. Strawberry. You fucking Marge hair. Homie. Oh my god. This is truly fucked. I mean, I knew this was coming in some way. People can't fucking help it. I hope Koala's alive today and working to fight injustices like this. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're also a douche. Makes sense. Fight in the water. Just grab a ship. Oh! He's fucking badass. And her mother knows and is just trying to hide it from her. It's so frustrating. Oh god. Oh! Okay. Oh, that's right! I forgot. I forgot they talked about this at the start of the arc. Oh my god. After all of this, after he was sort of like defending humans all this time, he was betrayed one final time. You saw humans, yes. Oh. So yeah, you were a slave. That's so fucked. That's kind of true to life as well. Yeah, it's hard for you to change everything that you've been shown your entire life. God, this is a great fucking character. It's funny that these sorts of ideas of like beating everyone up and then going, I'm gonna defend you from now on. Oh, fuck, man. Damn. Even seeing Arlong distraught. I mean, Arlong cares about fishmen so much. God damn, man. These are just really good fucking backstories. That's such a well done backstory. Like, really, really well done. I'm devastated. But it really fits with the themes of this show and the themes that they're playing with right now super well. Like, so, you know, he sort of trusted humans so much towards the end for a little bit, you know, like with Koala, it was almost like Koala gave Fisher Tiger a little bit more hope that, like, look, and I mean, he also related to Koala because they were both slaves, but it's like she gave him like a little more hope that, you know, maybe humans are good and maybe they can be good. And, you know, like, she is afraid of us because she doesn't know us. So it's probably the same way. We don't know the humans, so we're afraid of the humans. So we need to do this the right way. And he does it the right way. They take her all the way to a home island. He walks her there, drops her off, makes sure she's safe, and then leaves. Like, doesn't stick around to cause any panic or fear. Like, doesn't do anything, just leaves. And he's still betrayed after all of that, and still killed by the Navy. So that's like, it's so depressing that his motivations were right and his ideas were in the right place, and he still has to suffer for it. And, you know, the racism prevails. And Arlong's, like, what Arlong was spouting the entire time sort of proves itself, or gives evidence to itself. Like, there's credence given to Arlong's arguments in this episode because of how the events played out, which is true to life as well. I mean, sometimes people can be spouting, like, sort of hate, and then they sort of, like, an unfortunate event happens that will only serve to perpetuate that hate. And it's really horrible because in situations like that, there's nothing we can really do. Man, Oh, it's so good. It's so well done. Like I was so frustrated with Arlong in this episode, but he's like at the very least, you know, we do know all of his flaws are born from his love of fishmen. Like he loves his people and he cares about his people. But he cares about his people so much that he has, you know, a superiority complex because of it. But it's like, so it's sad to see in this episode, like, I hate him. I really hate him, and I hate the way he speaks about and speaks to Koala and stuff, but at the same time, you know, he's crying with everyone over Fisher Tiger. Like, that's the saddest thing that's ever happened to him. We see Arlong kind of at his most vulnerable there. Because that was his brother, you know? That was someone he truly cared about. Oh, God. So good. Yeah, I didn't expect that Fisher was a slave. I don't know. I completely didn't see that coming, but it makes a lot of sense. Like that's why he freed the slaves. That's why he started the tattoo thing, because it's not only just like, oh, we'll make sure that, you know, we tattoo everyone like this so you won't know whether they were a slave or not, but also it gives him an excuse to make the first sun tattoo, you know? Or, you know, brand or whatever. It gives a good excuse for that, because you can go, hey, look, this is my tattoo. It's just my logo, but let's put it on everyone, you know. And people aren't gonna be like, hang on, you're covering up slave marks. Do you have a slave mark? Because the point is, you're not supposed to be able to tell if you do or not. But it makes sense why he would it makes sense why he would have such conflict in his heart, because as he said, like, I know humans, like, I know not all humans are bad. I know that humans can be good, and a lot of them are, but there's something deep down inside me that that rejects this idea so much, and that something is his fucking experiences that have just made him jaded. And the fact that even in the end he was still kind of trying to fight that feeling, that he was trying to fight the idea that, like, all humans are bad with every fiber of his being for a second, is admirable. It's very admirable to go through all of that and still be trying to understand humans at the end. But I liked what he said about, like, I mean, what was the line? Something that I forget I can do is, I forget sometimes that I can just go back and look at parts of the episode, and I will in the future try to do this more, because sometimes I misremember a scene or whatever, and I think, like, maybe I misremembered that, but then I don't go back and look at it, and I could actually do that. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so he says, but the only people who can make a difference on that island are children of the next generation, like Koala, who aren't prejudiced. Which is, like, so true to life. I mean, you see when you, like, try to figure out, you know, oh, who among this crowd is racist? It's like a large proportion of the racists are going to be skewing older, because they have these sort of ideals that they had from a young age, from another time, that they weren't educated out of properly. And the older you get, I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to discard your beliefs, because then you have, like, you might, like, let's say you're 65 years old, and you know, when you were 10 years old, you had this prejudice in your mind. That's 55 years of a belief. Even if you get, like, compelling evidence, that's still going against, like, 55 years of you building up this prejudice in your mind. So I understand why it's really difficult to be able to let go of that stuff. It doesn't mean I forgive it. You're still a horrible person, but that's why it happens. But, you know, kids don't have that. You know, they might have a prejudice, and they'll have it for a year before they realize that prejudice is bad. Not in those terms, obviously, but they might, you know, they've known something for so much less time that they can discard it easily, because they also might have like 2 weeks ago thought that 7 times 3 was 43, you know, and then they did their times tables in school. They're always constantly learning new things all the time, so they'd be able to take in like new societal ideas as well. And I think also, you know, we're trending generally in the right direction. I think a lot of people, I mean, I think every single generation tends to look at the generations after them and go like, oh, they're gonna fuck everything up, or like they're awful, or they're cringy, or they're whatever, you know. Like I don't like the whole idea. I don't like when people, you know, a lot of people my age do it. I don't like when people look at, you know, the generations that are coming up, people who right now are 12 or 13 or whatever, and they're like, oh, these kids are so cringy, or they're so awful, or like they're doomed right now, or all they care about is blank, or they only do blank, or they're so lazy, or they're so bratty, or they're whiny, or whatever. When what you're describing there is attitudes of a child, that every child in every generation has those attitudes, and it's fine. Like, like, I understand where we see more of it because we're on the internet now. Like, now more than ever, we see kids everywhere, and so we freak out because we're like, oh no, kids are everywhere and they're stupid. But all kids are stupid. All kids are stupid. And that's fine. They're allowed to be stupid, the kids. And what we need to do is love and nurture them and let them have their harmless fun. Oh no, they're doing TikTok dances. Who gives a shit? Let them do TikTok dances. It's fine. You're not gonna die of cringe. Like, there's nothing cringier than whining about things being cringy. So like, just let kids have their little trends. Let them have their sayings. Let them have TV shows that they like to quote over and over again, even though it annoys you, because we just need to treat like younger people generally with respect and love, and make sure that they learn the right values and the values that we might struggle to take on, because that's how the world progresses. Is you give enough love and care to the younger generations, they're gonna grow up, they're gonna spread their own love and care, they'll have their own fucking flaws, and then they'll have to figure out, you know, how to spread their own brand of love and care to the younger generation yet again. It's the beauty of humanity. We've come a long way, and we still have a long way to go. But I believe he's right. You know, if you want true change, you're going to see the true change in people like Koala. In people like that who right now, you know, they are ready to be molded into something wonderful. And like, now that she has that idea in her mind, she probably is going to grow up and be like respectful to fishmen, maybe be fighting for fishmen rights, maybe whatever, doing whatever, you know? I really, really hope we see her in modern One Piece, and I hope she's doing some badass shit, because I feel like she could be. Oh man, like, she's a character I really, really want to see now. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 544. It's the sunshine, yo. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Damn, man. I got to about the same point as I got to last time. But that's good, because that means there's not as much recap. Yeah, I'm sure the Straw Hats understand. I mean, they were all separated from each other. They probably mourned quite a bit. Oh, Hachi was still trying. Damn, man. Oh, he's just attacking marine ships where he can. A cool animation. Oh shit! This is Kizaru's? Oh! Holy shit! How did he escape Kizaru? Oh my god. Borsalino, future Admiral Kizaru. I mean, yeah, how'd you get out of this? Did Jinbei save you or some shit? Okay, he was imprisoned. Yeah, so that's why that version of it spread. That makes sense. I was slightly confused last episode. I thought I'd misremembered. Yeah. It's definitely a lie. But it's a lie that's kind of true. Like, the reasoning is the same. So it's essentially true. I still fucking love her. She's persevering despite all that. Aww. Oh, she just cares about her family. She's chasing people. I mean, I'd probably find this annoying in real life, but I think it's sweet here. Let me guess 12. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah. It's not quite enough. Not by a long shot, but... God damn. That shouldn't change things, though. You just got proof that there was another bad human around. Oh my god, people sending their kids to go get them. Oh my god. You're just stealing from her. I mean, I get it. I'm not like pissed at these people or anything. It's just really sad. Wow, so now she's down to 0 signatures. Oh, and she puts on a brave face for her kids. Oh. 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 Damn. She's just that frustrated. I think she knows that she's drunk. Damn, man. I like how the snail is drunk. This might be the most convincing speech she does. Oh, I really like these drawings. Oh. This is her most convincing speech. A voice actress is killing it as well. Oh my god. And she's also talking about the children. Like Fish and Tiger was at the end, you know? More parallels between them. This motherfucker has bandages on his hair. Dude, you don't need bandages to go all the way up. Unclear justice. Unclear justice is interesting. But he said he like let Arlong loose, right? So What? Why? Damn, and there's hordy. So did he get him released as like a perk for being a warlord? Arlong looks, that's like him at his most terrifying looking just there. He calls him a government dog in the live action. I'm shocked Arlong's men went with Arlong. Oh. Damn, man. Jinbei fucked you up. Although, to be fair, this is Jinbei telling the story. It'd be funny if Jinbei was just exaggerating. If it was a very, very fair fight, but he was like, then I punched him, then I punched him again, then I punched him again. Jinbei wasn't aggressive enough, I don't think. Yep, so Arlong's guys, Hordy's guys, and your guys. Okay, another great episode. You know, like this whole time I've been watching these episodes, this whole backstory since the backstory started, I haven't at all been thinking like, oh, I can't wait for this backstory to be over and for me to, which is like, even in great backstories in this show, I still think that a lot of the time, you know, like with the Ace, Luffy, and Sabo backstory. I really liked it. It was a great backstory. But I was for a lot of the time thinking like, but I can't wait for it to be over so that we can like move on to the next stuff. And it's the same with like the Skypiea backstories, which again were really good and were like probably one of the highlights of the arc, if not the actual like best part of the arc. But still, while that was going on, I was like just excited for it to be done. But with this backstory, I think it's a good combination of like, it's got characters I'm really attached to. Like I you know, whether it be Arlong, who I hate, Jinbei, who I love, someone like Koala, who I like, and Otohime, who I like only just met but am now rooting heavily for. It's got a lot of characters that I really truly care about. So it's a fusion of that and it being exceptionally well written, where I'm actually genuinely interested in what's happening here and how it all ties together. And the fact that, I think this is an aspect of it, that the Fishman Island arc, other than this backstory right now, it's not like it's like so compelling that I need to get back to it, you know? Like, when I was watching the Luffy, Sabo, and Ace backstory, what I knew was waiting on the other side of that backstory was Luffy finding his crew again. So the excitement of him reaching that made me more impatient, you know? And I think the Calgara backstory in Skypiea, I think that was before like the finale of Skypiea. Like I think it was like, oh, once this happens, you know, we'll be reaching the real good shit of Skypiea. So that was also making me really antsy. But like honestly, and I mean this isn't me insulting the show, but like what I'm not necessarily looking forward to what we're gonna come back to. I'm excited for it, but it's not making me like, you know, super giddy where I'm getting impatient during this. So I'm actually just sitting back and really enjoying this story that they're showing here. So Arlong was jailed, and it seems like as kind of a perk of being a warlord, you know, I assume that the deal with the government is like, you know, you become a warlord, then Fishman Island is safe, and as long as people like the fishermen are living on Fishman Island, we're not going to come after them, so you get protection over there for them. And, you know, you just get general protection to continue doing your regular pirate duties that you want to do. And on top of that, you know, someone like Arlong, who was arrested for crimes that are similar to yours in your same crew or whatever, will get him out of jail for you. He is not going to have the same protections, but, you know, he can go back to Fishman Island and just be safe there and whatever if he wants. But obviously he didn't do that, but I imagine that's the deal that was made there. Like, we'll take him out and then but, you know, we can catch him again if he acts up again. So they released him, which is, I imagine, why Jinbei feels responsible, because Arlong would have just been in jail and Jinbei specifically released him, and then Arlong was like, hey, I'm about to go do some fucked up shit, and the only way for you to stop me is to fight me and kill me right here and now. So are you gonna do that? Are you gonna kill me, pussy? And then Jinbei went, I'm not gonna kill you, pussy. And then he said, okay, well, if you're not gonna kill me, then I'm gonna go and fuck with a bunch of humans. See ya, bye. And Jinbei just sat there and let it happen, really. Yeah, it's almost like Jinbei really needed to find a way to put his foot down there. Or, I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, I love Fisher Tiger and I love Jinbei, but they also were partially enablers of Arlong's behavior and thus are partially responsible for all the shit that happened, because it's not like they couldn't see the signs. They can't go like, oh, well, Arlong, he was a sweet guy and we didn't really expect him to go out and do this fucked shit, you know? Like, they were watching him the whole time, and every time he opened his mouth, he's like, what if we tortured a bunch of humans? Like, just hypothetically, what if we went and tortured a few humans? How would that feel for everyone? And, you know, everyone's like, oh, that's classic Arlong. Yeah, yeah, cool, man. Anyway, and then when he goes and tortures humans, everyone's like, oh, he went, why did he do that? So, yes, I think Jinbei telling this story, he is partially responsible. I don't think he's a bad person. I think it was kind of like his own conflicted nature and his own cowardice that stopped him from being able to do anything about it. But it's sad. It's just a sad situation. It is kind of funny though that, like, Arlong, what you would expect him to then go and do is go and fight for, you know, like, these overwhelming, crazy, huge causes for fishmen, you know? And what he ends up doing is going to a small village on a pretty small island and just partying there, you know, while torturing some humans. Now, obviously, we know that his plan was to build up all those resources and then go to the Grand Line and conquer the Grand Line and blah, blah, blah. So he did have greater ambitions, but I think he stuck around in that place for a little too long. And in my opinion, it was probably out of indulgence. I think the greed got to his head at that point. And, you know, like, he has these, like, causes of being all about fishmen and stuff, and about, you know, getting back at humans for all the horrible things that they did. But I think he just, like, got a bit too caught up in his own greed and his own satisfaction of the suffering of humans that he wasn't even really fighting for that cause by the time we came up to him in the show anymore, which is pretty fucked up. But man, in this episode, that Otohime speech, oh, that was fucking good. I loved that speech. I really, really loved it. I mean, you saw me crying while it was happening. That was an amazing speech. I really loved it. The voice actress did a great job, and the writing was solid, and it's all really good. I loved it. Okay, let's move on to the next and final episode we're doing in this video. This is episode 545. Recap Rubik's. Here we go. Here we go! ゴムゴムの実を食べゴム人間となったのにある魚人島に到達するルフィたちに巻き込まれてゆく。私も元通り好きに。 Okay, it's putting the title up, but like, I was so close to the end, and I haven't completed it in this video yet. Don't worry, I'll complete it before anything important happens. There we go. I did it. You don't have to count on the official records, but I did it. Yeah. Aww. Aww. It's very cute. Yes. I sense a butt. Yeah, makes sense. What the fuck? I didn't realize you had a tail. I just realized we're probably gonna have to watch Otohime get assassinated. Oh. I wasn't thinking about that. I kept thinking, like, what more story do we have to tell here? I mean, okay. Wrecked ship. Oh. Oh god. Oh, she's such a good woman. She's such a good woman. Too good for this world. They had to kill her to send her up to heaven. Oh god. Wouldn't it be crazy if we met a good celestial dragon at some point? I don't think they exist. Saint Mjolsgard. Oh my god. Hordy. That guy just has a bee on his chest? Like he's got a bee on his shirt, but he also has one on his... like on his body. If you'd stop firing the fucking gun, dude. My daddy. I was about to simp over those women, but they're slaves and that wouldn't be appropriate. It's fucked up. Oh my god, these fucking dudes. God damn, man. Otohime is gonna save your ass. I bet Otohime is gonna save him, and then he's gonna kill her. And it's just gonna be that cycle of violence again. I mean, you can just say he died in the deep sea, you know? No one needs to know he died here. But I don't think they should do it. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I understand this crowd of people, but I don't love celebrating suffering in anyone. Would love if they just locked this guy up for his crimes on this island for the rest of time. Oh, don't tell me she got shot by him. She didn't jump in front, did she? God damn it, Otohime. Oh. You're too good. Oh. Oh. Children are watching. I love that line. Don't perpetuate the cycle of violence, especially not to the children. I forgot Shirahoshi could come out at this time because she wasn't being attacked yet. Yes. I love her so much. Oh no, he's gonna finish the job on her. Oh my god. Oh, he took her hostage. Fucking scumbag. I was wondering what his play was gonna be. Shirahoshi. Holy shit! Is that just her yelling, or is that haki or something that she's using? Holy shit! Oh no, did she just fucking summon beasts? Or did beasts just happen to be summoned? Can Shirahoshi like summon the Sea Kings? Holy shit. Uh-huh. Don't tell me you are. No, finish your sentence. Mm-hmm. So Shirahoshi can control Sea Kings. Okay. So he's not just horny for Shirahoshi. He's actually trying to use her power. Interesting. So that also separates him more from Absalom. Oh my god. Yeah, fucking loser. Whoa. Whoa. You can't fit on the ship, motherfucker. God, she's so pure. It's so upsetting. Aww. She's putting her life on the line constantly for peace between fishmen and humans. What? What? Huh? No. That was not 24 minutes. That wasn't. It couldn't have been. That's impossible. What? I was shocked when I saw that to be continued thing. I like checked the time of the episode to make sure. Jesus, man. Oh. I mean, we just did 3... Hang on. When did the backstory start? The backstory started... Okay, so it started on 5:40, and it's now 5:45. So 5:40, 5:41, 5:43, 5:44, 5:45. So we've had 5 episodes of backstory now, and they've been like 5 really great episodes. But I mean, honestly, like I am loving it. And I don't mind that at all. And when you're binging it, this is kind of a great backstory. If I was watching this week to week, like, and it was like over a month, every week was like more, you know, just backstory, maybe I'd get impatient then, because I'd be like, no, I want to get back to like Luffy and the gang doing stuff. And there's so much time being dedicated to this, but like binging it and watching it over the course of 2 videos is great. I loved it. I really loved it. And I mean, she was still alive at the end there, which means there's got to be at least 1 more episode, I think, of backstory. Oh man. So Celestial Dragons suck, huh? Like, they really suck. It's crazy, like, when they were introduced into the show, I remember people saying, like, welcome to the most hated people in all of anime or whatever. And I went, yeah, they kind of suck. But then more and more, we just keep seeing them. And it feels like whenever Oda now wants to put something just, like, remarkably frustrating and unfair in a backstory, you just have a Celestial Dragon show up, and then suddenly it becomes unfair. It just shows the incredible power imbalance in the world and how disgusting it is, you know? So, yeah, this is fucked up. But, God, Otohime, shooting up the ranks of my favorite characters in One Piece. Shooting high up there. Top 10? Probably? Like, genuinely, probably top 10 One Piece characters. I really like her. This might be recency bias speaking, because I'm just so attached to her right here and now. Give me 50 episodes or so, and we'll see if I still consider her to be like an absolute top tier character. But like, it's shocking to me, genuinely shocking to me, that this is the arc where we're introduced to Shirahoshi, and Shirahoshi is not my favorite character in the arc. She's my second favorite character in the arc. Because Otohime, you know, Shirahoshi got everything special about her personality-wise from her mother, and then got her side from her father, so she, you know, Shirahoshi became perfect in her own way. But Otohime, like, this woman is just incredible. She is so determined and strong, but not physically strong. But that's part of it, is that she knows she's not physically strong, and she's doing everything she can with the body that she has and the life that she has. She's got a position of power, and she's using it fucking responsibly. Like, incredibly responsibly. She's trying to make massive change, but it was also trying not to force that change onto people. It's possible that if King Neptune and Otohime wanted, like, they could just enact the change that they want to make, right? If Otohime wanted so badly to go to the surface, then she might be able to just convince King Neptune, like, hey, we're moving everyone to the surface. And then they could just do it. They're the king and queen. Like, I imagine they could just do that. But that's not the point. She wants people to want to go to the surface. She's not a dictator. She's not going to force her beliefs on people. But she wants to slowly convince them and make them understand so that they'll be open to it. Because if they move them forcibly, fishmen might just revolt against humanity, you know? But if everyone moves voluntarily, then the fishmen are starting off on the right foot, and then hopefully the humans will reciprocate that as well. It's just gorgeous, and I love her "children are watching" line. And like, as hard as it is, what was her line? Oh man, I want to find it. She had the "children are watching" line on its own was beautiful. But then she like said something that was really awesome as well. Here it is. I know it's hard, but you can't plant your anger and resentment towards humans in children's minds. I love that fucking line. Like, it's exactly what I was talking about at the start of this video. I love this arc because I'm talking about something and it becomes immediately even more relevant in the later episodes. But it was what I was talking about with you know, children. Like, we need to make sure not to pass on our prejudices and stuff, and instead just treat them with love and respect and show them the way that things could be, so that they think that that's the way things are, and then they'll grow with that, you know. It is a beautiful sentiment that I think, like, we know Otohime's dead. I feel like it's going to be the same thing as Fisher Tiger, because they're drawing a lot of parallels between Fisher Tiger and Otohime. And I think the purpose of all of this is to show, like, the flaws of both approaches of trying to solve racism, you know? Where Fisher Tiger goes about it the more overt and aggressive way, and you know, tries to make a marked change in the world with his actions, and it backfires on him and causes a lot of shit to happen. And Otohime now is trying to make a marked change on the world through her words and through her own actions, but her actions of peace. And I think the way that it makes the most sense is to have that also bite her in the ass, because like then it really draws the parallel between her and Fisher Tiger, that they both die with like trying to, one, protect the children, which is gorgeous, fucking gorgeous, but two, they both die like putting their life on the line for their way of doing things, and despite making all the right moves, die regardless because of racism. So it's good writing, good fucking writing. But yeah, Shirahoshi can control Sea Kings. That's crazy. That's really cool. Like at first I thought she was using Haki, but it seems like that's not the case. There's a special mermaid who can control Sea Kings, and she's that special mermaid. It's pretty lucky that she's also like the princess, you know. You think it, you know, might have fallen to like a random mermaid, but maybe that's part of it, you know. Maybe royal blood is, it's like in Attack on Titan, how like if you have royal blood, it changes the way it works for your Titan powers. Could be the same thing here, you know. You have royal blood, you can control the Sea Kings if you're a big, you know, giant mermaid girl. Yeah, just incredible, guys, just incredible. Where anyone who was saying that the Fishman Island arc isn't very good, I don't believe it. I don't trust it. Even if the rest of the arc was shit, this whole backstory has been like so great to me. Has like really been incredible for the One Piece world. So I'm fucking on board, guys. I fucking love it. Anyway, thank you for joining me for One Piece episodes 143 to 145, I think. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account for full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.